At purchase or at a store, New York's new gun law requires universal background checks for every buyer. Tonight, Pat Bailey takes a closer look at the process and how long it can take.
In New York State, you can legally buy a long gun or shotgun in one day, in some cases in a matter of minutes.
You could probably walk out of a gun shop in maybe a half hour, 45 minutes.
That may shock some people, but Tom King, head of the New York Rifle and Pistol Association, says there's an extensive background check done in that time frame. It all starts with this ATF application. From there, a gun dealer does what's called a NICS check through the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. Someone on the other end of the phone has access to every criminal database in the country, cross-referencing your information. If there's a clean history, you're out of the store quickly. If there are any red flags, such as previous arrests or orders of protection, then you could be denied immediately or have to wait several days before more research is done.
If you're a criminal and you're going to buy a gun off the street, sure, you're not going to get a NICS check done. But there's no way for a lawful citizen to get around it.
Although owning a long gun here in the state of New York is convenient, you could be in and out of the gun shop in less than an hour, it's a lot different if you want to own a pistol. In this state, you need a permit for one. The sheriff here in Albany County tells me that's a long process. It could take as long as up to 8 months.
It's not like the old days where you could just fill out the paperwork, push it through, a judge would call you and come pick up your permit. Now we do a very in-depth background. We check with neighbors, neighborhoods, references, mental health check, employers, everybody, and we want to make sure that that gun is going to be held by a person who's accountable, responsible, and will safely store it.
Sheriff Apple says his office does not make the final ruling on if an applicant gets a permit. A Supreme Court justice does. In Albany, Pat Bailey, CBS 6 News.
Sheriff Apple says enforcing the new gun law is difficult right now because it's so new and police have questions about it. Pat will have more on that part of the story tonight at 6.